finished. And I hope you've enjoyed the competition. I hope you've enjoyed the whole process, and hopefully you've seen some of Can Lions as well. And if you're here with us tomorrow, then there's some more content on, so you can actually watch some sessions. But to the kind of main part of the day for you guys. Before we get on to the announcement, I just want to do a couple of thank yous. I want to thank Getty Images, our content partner in this competition. And of course, I really want to thank, the biggest thanks is to Ketchum, who have supported this competition since we launched it a couple of years ago. They passionately believe in the development of the young marketing talent, and each year we refine the competition. We want to make it even better. So any feedback you want to provide to us after the event, that's great. And hopefully in the next generation of marketing talent coming through next year, we're going to test them as well with the support of Ketchum. So I'm very grateful to Jerry and to Robin and the whole of the Ketchum team. And my final thank you is obviously to the jury who've really given up a whole day of their registration. I should give you their company names and their job titles. So, we've got Sarah Ivy, Director of Communication Planning Initiative Worldwide. We've got Jerry Olszewski, Senior Partner, Chief Client Officer, Ketchum. And of course, we've got Pamela L., former Marketing VP, State Farm. So give them a round of applause. I know Jerry wants to say a few words, so I'm going to hand you over to Jerry.
Because everybody likes a delay in the announcement. I was born in a log cabin. I do want to, first of all, Steve, I want to thank you and everyone at Can Lions for making this such a fantastic opportunity for all of us, so thank you. Thank you. Come back to the point that I think I began with in speaking to you yesterday. This is a real privilege for Ketchum to be connected to this. And yesterday, before I heard one word from your mouths, or 2 days ago, it was inspiring just to look at you. It was inspiring just to look at you. Now, to hear your thinking and to see you present and to see the ideas that you brought forward here today, wow. The future of our business is in very good hands. And I hope that somewhere, wherever I am in a rocking chair, still maybe at Ketchum, I hope I have the chance to work for some of you someday on one of these briefs. It would be great to do. And then you could punish me with all that long work. So thank you for that. I also just wanted to make a couple of general comments that we as a jury shared with each other as we talked this afternoon. Number one, we absolutely understand how difficult and challenging this is to go from not knowing any of this 2 days ago to having to walk in this room, present it in 5 minutes. Present a great idea in 5 minutes. We know how challenging that is. For some of you, where English is not the first language, all of you, many of you, it's not the first language, we understood everything. We understood everything. By that, because you can do it, and in 5 minutes you can do it. So congratulations, because for sure we can't do it in your languages, so congratulations. Also, when I see the quality of those PowerPoints that you walked in here with 24 hours later, I'm ashamed of myself. Okay? I am ashamed of myself, and I have a presentation coming soon that you are forcing me to go back and read. Okay? I'm seeing animation, images, beautiful things happening on these screens that are remarkable. So again, as hard as it is, you did something in a day's time that a lot of us, we would have dragged out for a month to put together what you put together in a day, so congratulations. And then I think the last comment I would make before we really get into this is, if you need any of us to do this on your behalf, we will. But your companies should be quite proud of you because you are tremendous ambassadors for the companies that you represent. of the other things that is quite evident is that you have been trained. You have been really trained inside a lot of your organizations, and you represent those brands exactly the way we know them, by the way we look at them from the outside, but as students of brands, we kind of know what your brands stand for. Wow, you have learned your brands. So we want you to know those things as we start, and to be sure that you know how grateful we are for the work that you put into this and how impressive it really was. So we're going to start from there. And the way we're going to proceed is, as you know, we name a third, a second, and a gold. And so each one of us is going to speak to one of those, and then at the end the last one of us will reveal the winner. And we're going to start with Pamela, who's going to talk about our third place winner.
Thank you. Jerry, thanks for letting me be a part of this. This is my first trip to Cannes, and when they asked me to participate, I said the only thing I wanted to participate in was something to do with young lions and young marketers. And I say that because I truly wish at your age that I had had someone do what we were trying to do here with you guys today. So first off, congratulations to everyone. I have the privilege and the honor of talking about the third place winner. Jerry said this, it was really, really, really hard. First off, for us to get it to 3, and then to separate 1, 2, and 3. So all of you are winners, but it is my privilege to talk about Shahar and Michelle from Canada. Where are you? I think I'm a pretty damn good presenter. You showed me up. And when I say that, Michelle, right? Michelle, you were the only one, as you spoke, you made me cry. And that's how good you are. You just need to know that. Both of you need to know that the emotion that you brought to this case took you a really, really long way. Also, the way you presented your case, this girl-to-girl bond that you talked about was absolutely incredible. And it really made your case very, very strong. You had a very, very crisp target. You were great with your answers. You were not apologetic about what you were doing. And you really presented a case of how girls can help girls and how this would really, really work for your brand. I would tell you that your emotion, the target, and the very specific way that you presented is the real reason you are the winner as third place. Thank you very much.
To add one last point that we wanted to share with you that applies to a couple of other teams as well. They were here representing Clearasil, right? And some of you are here representing really big brands, big global brands, and some very local. They were an example of a big global brand that stepped up and took responsibility for being a big global brand. And we saw that from all of you who were from the big global organizations. And that was actually very encouraging because you don't know if that will happen or not. But those of you from those big global brands, you stood up and came in this room and took charge, which was really great to see. So congratulations and thank you for being here. So our winner of the second place award takes us in a different direction. So we go from the big global to something very local and something very specific and very, very compelling. And it is my privilege to talk about our second place winners, our team from the Dominican Republic. me, just to give you a little bit of some of the headlines from their presentation. First of all, they come from a place where this issue of illiteracy is already an issue, right? It's a major issue. And so their feeling for this was very personal. And in fact, your opening to the presentation was also one of the most emotionally compelling presentations we saw. And I know you said to me the other day, and you said it again in your presentation, that your mother is a teacher. And so for both of you, this was a very personal thing, and it just came through from the very beginning that it was about you personally, and also about your country and the things that you hope for your own country. So believe me, you communicated that, and we appreciated it. Here's, I think, the reason why this was so compelling to us. Their campaign was so perfectly connected between the objectives of their company, a bank, and the mechanism to get money and resources to Room to Read. There is no doubt in our mind that if they did this tomorrow, it would absolutely work exactly the way you said it would work. They are pursuing an objective of driving more people to online transactions and online banking because it's a cheaper way to do banking. It's cheaper for the bank. And their whole plan was centered around, if we save money, great, we take some of the money we saved and we move that right over to Room to Read. It was airtight. It was beautiful. It was one thing that was beautiful about it was that it was simple. And the simplicity of it and the mechanism working exactly as we believe it would. And so the other thing I'd like you to know is that one of the things we talked about here, and my colleague Rob Flaherty, who is on the board at Room to Read, I think if we went to Room to Read and laid this idea out in front of them, they might be knocking on your door in the next few days to say, we want to get started in the Dominican, will you do it for us? So it was a beautiful campaign. It was simple, it was clear, absolutely achievable, and your own personal emotion came shining through it all. Congratulations.
All right, I'm the lady with the microphone and the envelope, which makes me dangerous. Okay. Just quickly, a quick advertisement. After this, I will be glad to hang around for a few minutes to answer any questions you might have about your brief and what our judging criteria were. I'm always happy to help. Okay. And in that spirit, here's the things that we're picking up on in terms of what's successful from a marketing basis, and what I'm hoping you take away from today, because it relates to why the gold is the gold, or why the first place is the first place. Number one, I hope you go away writing beautiful briefs like this. Okay, as an agency, a long-time agency person, that beauty of a great brief is a great discipline that will get you great work from whatever agency you choose to work with. So number one, really basic. Number two, really good business planning. Because it's wonderful to promise so many things when you're confronted with a wonderful opportunity like Room to Read. But having it sustainable from your business perspective, make sure that it's sustainable, and that's definitely true of the case that won. They were very careful to make sure that the revenue promises that were made were sustainable long-term for both their business and for Room to Read. Very, very carefully. Number three, and I think this is the critical point, is the word empathy. We are inundated, and many of you called this out in your brief, we're inundated day after day after day with appeals for charity, right? What makes us step over that threshold and commit to something? It's empathy. It's really understanding. In this case, have it in spades. Pamela cried at Canada, I cried at this one. Okay? And the fourth component, and something Jerry touched on, is passion. If you care and commit to this idea, it won't only get you just great ideas from your agency. It will help you push through an idea through your organization, which is the toughest part, right? It's the total toughest part. So this idea was brilliant. It led itself to be able to tell both the story of the brand and the story of the people that were benefiting in a very, very personal way. I'd like to congratulate the team from Sri Lanka.